Okay, so we want to do 8.5, number 36, which is another one of these A through W or whatever problems.
J.
J. Thank God it's only through J.
Anything past that.
Okay, so first things first, I don't have a picture, right? I'm going to kind of halfway make a picture anyway in the process, so let's do the first bit. What's the first bit? They want to know about vertex, not intercept?
That's C and D.
Okay.
Getting ahead of yourself.
All right, sorry. Vertex. So I want to know where the vertex is on this thing.
Negative B.
Okay, so I might think to myself, okay, let's see. Looking at this guy, A is 2, B is 3, and C is I don't care. So then I might think to myself, okay, the vertex is above what?
Negative 3/4.
Good. Negative B over 2A makes me kind of think negative 3/4, right?
Right.
Okay, but that's
The X.
the X. Okay, so what's the Y? Yeah, I need to plug it in there. So F of negative 3/4. Yeah. Should we do that quick? Yeah, okay. So I want to know what F of negative 3/4 is. So what do you do?
Plug it in.
Okay. Let's make some parentheses. Twice parentheses squared plus 3 times parentheses minus 20. Then what goes in the parentheses? Negative 3/4. Okay, let's see. So what do you get? Okay, so 3/4 squared is 9/16. Then I'm adding, what's this? So I'm subtracting maybe 9/4. And then I've got a minus 20. Okay, what's twice 9/16? Gross. Let's go with 9/8. And then I've got minus 9/4 minus 20. So now what?
From bottom to
Yeah, I need to find a common bottom. What's my common bottom on these?
8.
8. Okay, so thankfully 9/8 is good. 16/8?
32.
18/8. All right, I need a 2 on the top and a 2 on the bottom to get there.
What do you mean 8?
I was halfway there. Thanks. And how many eighths is minus 20? Minus 1/68. Yuck. So if you have 9 sheep and somebody takes 18 away and then somebody else takes 160 away, yeah, you have a lot of anti-sheep, right? Negative 169.
169. Wait. Can we simplify that? No.
How do I know I can't simplify that?
Because the 9 is odd.
Yeah. Top number's odd, the bottom number's a power of 2.
Yeah.
You're not going to do any better than that. All right, so I got negative 169/8. What do I do with that?
That's your Y.
Yeah, that's the Y for my vertex, right? So my vertex is at negative 3/4, comma, negative 169/8. Yeah. Okay, so there's my answer for part A. What's part B? Does it open up or down?
Yeah.
Okay, does it?
Up.
Up? How do you know?
Because there's no negative shifts.
Okay, or the A is positive, right? Okay, so it opens up. C and D are
X and Y in it.
X and Y intercepts.
X is first.
X is first.
Yep.
Which one's easier, X or Y? Y.
Because 2 times 0 plus 3, or 2 times 0 squared plus 3 times 0, it's negative 20.
You guys see the Y intercept is
Negative 20.
negative 20. Okay, how about the X intercepts? Where do I get those from?
So you make
Okay, I should set that equal to 0 and solve. Oh, cool. We get to what? So 0 is 2x squared plus 3x minus 20. Okay, we could use the quadratic formula, or
factor.
Difficult.
complete the square is going to be nasty. Because you have to divide by 2 first, and then you have to divide that middle term by 2 again, right?
Yeah, same.
Yeah. What else could I do?
Quadratic.
You did the quadratic formula. What else could I do?
Factor? You can also.
Yeah, I could factor. Do I know how to factor this? You guys remember the AC factoring method?
40, and then
So what's A times C?
negative 40.
Negative 40. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to be 40. Multiply to 40, add to 3.
Positive.
What are the factors of 40?
4 and 10, 2 and 20.
4 and 10, 2 and 20. That's going to work? No. 5 and 8?
There you go. Bingo.
Yeah, 1 negative.
Okay, so 0 is 2x squared
Minus, oh, okay, plus 8. X. Minus 5x.
plus 8x minus 5x minus 20. You guys remember this freaking thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what do you do for the AC method?
The grouping.
Yeah, I factor by grouping, right? So I'm going to look at this piece and I'm going to look at this piece.
So you can take a 2x.
That was horrible. I'm going to look at this stuff and that stuff. How about? Okay, so out of this guy, what can I get?
2x.
2x. What am I left with?
X plus 4.
An x plus 4.
Minus 5.
And out of that, I can get a minus 5. And what am I left with? X plus 4. They should be the same if you did factor by grouping, right? So then I can factor a
X plus 4.
x plus 4 out. So I get x plus 4 times 2x minus 5.
0.
Then I use the zero product rule. So this whole business was AC factor. Then I want to use the zero product rule. So I get x plus 4 is 0, or 2x minus 5 is 0. Okay, so I subtract 4 from this one, I get x is minus 4. And on the other one, I
X is 5 times.
add 5, divide by 2. Get x is 5 halves. Okay. So those are my
X-intercept.
x-intercepts. And I was really hoping it'd be convenient to see that the negative 3/4 is halfway between these. I'd believe it, but it's sort of awkward. Okay, so that was C.
And
Oh, and D. Good.
Then E. So do
C.
you have to always put or can it be and, because it's 2 points?
Ah. So is x -4 and 5/2?
Yeah. Would that be until it's continued?
I don't know, that's weird, right? But x has to be one thing or the other, right? Because 5/2 and -4 are different numbers.
Yeah, I was just thinking this.
I'm not so worried about, oh, if you write the x-intercepts are -4 and 5/2, I'm okay with that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not so worried about that qualifier. E? What's E?
Domain.
Domain? What's the domain of that thing? Do I need a picture? How about what's the domain
It's
in
everything.
general? Why is it everything?
Infinity.
Yeah, because it's a parabola, right? It goes like this.
Yeah.
Or I could wonder, what are the operations I'm not allowed to do? Well, the only two things I'm not allowed to do are divide by 0 or take the square root of a negative number, right? So far. We'll find some more things that we're not allowed to do later. But so far, those are the only things I'm not allowed to do. That doesn't have either of those, so the domain's probably all R. The parabola thing's good, huh? How about F? Yeah, F's the range, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I know that this ends, right? U shape, pointed up, because we already answered part B.
Right.
And I know the bottom of this U shape is at that -3/4, -169/8 point, right? Okay, see that?
Right.
So if I smash onto the y-axis, wherever the heck that is in the picture, I get everything above -169/8. So that looks like I got -169/8 to infinity.
Yeah.
And what's the bracket on the -116? Why? Why is it closed?
Because there's a point set.
Yeah, because there's an input, -3/4, that gives you that output. Does that make sense? Or there's a closed dot there, right? So when you smash it, you're going to color it in that light.
When you said probably all real numbers there, for you, I couldn't tell if that was sarcasm, like it's probably all real numbers, or is there something that might change that?
With the techniques I know, it's definitely all real numbers. And it really is. The best argument for that is probably this thing about it's a U shape and those all have this.
Okay.
What I was being sarcastic about was the quality of my argument there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, how about G? What's G?
X values that are.
For which it's positive.
Where's the y-intercept? -20?
Oh, let's see. The y-intercepts maybe I don't care about, but the x-intercepts, those guys, that tells me where these 2 points are, right?
Right.
This one's at -4 and that one's at 5/2.
Right.
That really is the x-axis I'm drawing here, right?
Yeah.
So it's positive. Yep. -infinity to -4 and 5/2 onward. And then I need brackets on these. Those two are easy. And these depend on whether you're including 0 in the positives or not, right?
Yeah.
I have been. Again, I'm not super worried about the ones on the positive, negative. H is negative stuff. Where's this thing negative? Yeah, everything in between. So that's from -4 to 5/4 or 5/2. And yeah, again, because I'm including 0 in the negative numbers for some reason this semester. How about I and J?
Decreasing.
So I is decreasing. So where's this thing decreasing?
Negative infinity to negative 3/4.
Minus infinity to minus 3/4. Bracket?
Close bracket. Just including that one.
Yeah, that's a transitionary point, right? So, open. And J is increasing on, yeah, the other bit, right? Negative 3/4 to infinity. Open, again, because it's a transitioner. Guys cool with that?
Yep.
That is a ton of stuff, right? Yeah, it's a ton of work. What's that?
We saw like that at home.
Yeah, I still had to draw most of a picture, right? What's the difference between this picture and a full picture?
Y.
Yeah, y-axis and some tick marks. Where's the y-axis go?
Right around there somewhere.
I don't know, like in here someplace. That's really all the difference is, right? And maybe some quality of labeling and, yeah.
And,
Cool? Questions on this? Okay.